Well, good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lara, and this is Inner Goddess Guidance. I created this channel for people who are doing the work of self-healing on the path to self-mastery, and it is 4:11 in the morning. I've been up since 1, and evidently not going to be able to go back to sleep until I say some things. So, yeah, here I am, another wee hour message for you, for us. And they're good things. So, the first thing that, because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of little pieces. So let's see. The first message I have is, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. And as I realize that I don't know, and I recognize that this probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but let me explain. I realized, or I was led to realize, because I really don't know which it is, that one of the greatest gifts that I have had in my life is my desire to know and to understand, to figure things out. You know, we have this amazing capacity to reason and solve problems and figure things out and get to the bottom of stuff and gain insight. And that's all really cool. But in the end, we seek to understand things that a lot of times they just don't have answers. They just don't. And no amount of logic, no amount of reasoning can figure them out. And it's actually one of the beautiful things about this journey. It doesn't make logical sense. A lot of it doesn't make logical sense. And if we can learn to embrace not knowing, there's a lot of freedom in that. And it doesn't mean that we won't continue to try to find the answers for things, because I'm pretty sure that I will. But actually to surrender to not knowing and being okay with not knowing is a really freeing experience. So, you know, when I awakened and I started this journey and I was so confused and I was reaching out and trying to understand, trying to figure things out and put things in place, and I looked to tarot readers, I looked to articles, I looked to what other people had to say, I consulted my inner knowing, meditated, and all kinds of things to figure it out. And the truth is that I don't know. And in fact, when I was given the message that I should do this channel, and I was like, what? I can't do a channel like that because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just as confused as everybody else. I was told that's exactly what I was supposed to do, is show up and kind of be honest about that. I think it's cool that there's a lot of people who think that they have it figured out. And maybe they do. I don't have it figured out. But I'm enjoying the process of trying to figure it out, and also enjoying embracing the not knowing. Just being okay with that. And so there was a lot of release today when this morning. Oh, no, it was probably about 2 a.m. There was a lot of relief for me in just saying, I don't know. You don't have to know everything. It doesn't have to make sense. Let go of trying to figure it all out. Just take one step at a time. You're here. I'm here. We're doing our best. Trying to figure out why things happen the way they do. I was thinking about how, we do that as human beings, like when societal things happen. There's a lot of stuff happening in the United States right now politically. And it's been really confusing and upsetting and distressing. And part of the upset and the distress is because it doesn't make any sense. And anybody who says they can figure it out, God bless them. I don't know why we're going through what we're going through. And maybe it's true, we're leveling up, we're purging out all this stuff, but in a logical sense, you can't kind of, in my opinion, understand it all. Or why tragedies happen. Why? Why do bad things happen to good people? Why is there injustice in the world? Why are things not fair? And we can struggle against it and try to understand it and try to figure it out and make it fair and sort of blame spirit or blame God or whatever, like, why would somebody have to suffer a horrible death? Oh, it's karma, it's this, it's that, oh, it's a punishment from God. Whatever reasoning we try to give it, you know what? Maybe we just say, I don't know. I don't know. When my son was a little boy, for those of us who are parents, there's this stage that kids go through where they start asking all these questions and it's incessant, right? Well, why is the sky blue? Well, why is and they'll just, it's never ending. Why this? Why that? And as a parent who was a teacher, oftentimes I would try to answer him. If I could, I would look up information if I could. And then, of course, you just get to the point where you go, I don't know. I don't know why. My son was about 5, and I wasn't home. He was watching a movie. I got home, and the movie that he had watched was about a huge earthquake. And he had seen, because it was filmed, or it was about to place in Seattle, one of the images, I guess, in the movie was the Space Needle falling to the ground. And so even though he was 5 and he didn't understand anything about huge earthquakes or all that, he knew the Space Needle, and he knew that what he was seeing was the Space Needle falling to the ground. And so he wanted to know about earthquakes and why could that happen? Could it happen? And so being a teacher, I was like, cool, we're gonna go get some books about earthquakes, and we're gonna learn about plate tectonics, and I showed him different things, and we made an earthquake kit, and we learned how to survive an earthquake, what we should do if we felt the house begin to, shake or whatever. And I dealt with that in a real logical kind of sense, giving him information and letting him know, of course, that that was just a movie and all made up, but the earthquakes could happen and did happen, and, well, why did they happen, and explaining the science behind that. And he was very curious little boy, as most children are, and he wanted to understand, he wanted to see plate tectonics, he wanted to see an earthquake. And he's like, well, I explained to him, well, there's these huge plates underneath the earth, and I even took like sponges and put them together and showed him the different ways that the plates can come together and slip and cause earthquakes. And we talked about the plate that's off our coast. And of course, he could only understand it in his 5-year-old way. And he was just so curious. I said to him, well, you know, they're deep down in the earth, these plates. And he said to me, well, I want to see the plates, you know, let's get a big bulldozer, bulldoze up the earth so I can see what's going on there. I want to see it. I want to understand it. And, you know, I just had to say, you know, Bud, that's impossible. I can't show it to you. I can't do that. And it was hard for him to accept that because he really wanted an answer right then and there. Like, I want to get to the bottom of this earthquake thing because it upset him. And that's, you know, the way we are on this journey, right? Why do things happen the way they do? Because some bizarre stuff has happened to me. And I know it's happened to you too. And really, life is like that. But I think it's almost a little bit more, what's that? Twilight Zone-ish on this journey. It's just bizarre. Why? I don't know. I guess that's part of having faith, that there must be a reason, even if I don't understand it yet. So that was part of what came to me, that I am often very much like my son was in that moment, or like a child, you know, why? I want to know. I want to understand. I want clarity. I need I want my conscious mind to be able to wrap itself around something that is much bigger and harder to grasp. And I can use words like karma, you know, and make up structures to explain it's a lesson, you know, it's balance, whatever. But sometimes the best answer is just, I don't know. So when you start to struggle on this journey, you might want to see if the I don't know approach can free you up. To let your mind stop perseverating or grasping at whatever that is. I don't know. The next thing that came to me was an image of a juggler. So I don't know if you've ever tried to juggle, but when I was, I don't know, middle school-ish, 12, 10, yeah, somewhere in there, I did go through a phase where I was learning to juggle, and I think I got to where I had about 4 things that I could juggle at the same time. I think I used like tennis balls or whatever. And when you first start to juggle, you just do 2, right? And then you start doing it with one hand, and then you add in the 3rd thing, and then pretty soon you have that balance down. And so I was thinking about how lately, well, you know, since I awakened to this journey, but really it can be applied to any point in your life, that I've gotten pretty good at being in sync, being able to juggle several things at the same time. But then, just when I get kind of comfortable with that, another piece is added in, and all the balls drop. I like, uh-oh, I only can do 3, and now you're adding in a 4th, and it takes a while to pick up then all those pieces again and get them back into sync and add that 4th one in. And that's how I feel about what I went through, and maybe some of you went through last week when the energies were difficult. You know, so you get to where you kind of have a balance, and you're working with mission, and you're working with your daily practices, and you're working with mindset, and all of that is going well. And then something will be tossed into the mix, and all the things drop. For example, I was doing a great job drinking a gallon of water a day and eating a great salad once a day. And then about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't even remember when, this new thing was kind of thrown in, and I was like, all those things dropped. I wasn't drinking my water like I should. I wasn't eating my salad like I should. I couldn't keep those things going while this new thing was introduced for me to sort of field in the moment. I had to let those drop, deal with that one thing, and then integrate that into my juggling again. And so, you know, we get kind of knocked off balance for a little while, or we drop some of those balls, but then the point is just pick them back up and do your best again. Don't forget, right? And it's easy to get distracted, especially when, you know, some crisis comes up or something happens that requires your attention and it requires more of your energy. Look, it may be that we have access to infinite energy. That may be true, which would be really, really, really cool. But at this point, I sort of think on a daily basis, I have 100% of my energy at any one time. That's it. Imagine it like a glass of water full. So I wake up and I have 100% of my energy, and then I can put that in a variety of places. And some of that energy, if it goes out and it doesn't come back to me, I'm not replenishing. And if at the end of the day I'm depleted, that's the exhaustion. And it's not just a physical exhaustion. In fact, it might not be physical at all, but it might be spiritual, mental, emotional exhaustion. And if we're dealing with illness, let's say, or a crisis in our life, or financial issues, or relationship issues, those things deplete us, and then we have to figure out how to recharge. So I might be really good at like regulating my energy and understanding in good moments all these things need to be taken care of, and I've got it going smoothly. I'm in a roll. But then something happens, something else is thrown into the mix, and all of a sudden I need to reallocate my energy. My energy has to go there. That's what needs to be dealt with in the moment. And it means that I'm taking energy from other things that I was putting energy into. And those are the times to be really gentle with ourselves and not blame ourselves for feeling like we slipped backwards. So, for example, you know, I was sort of like, what happened, Lara? You were drinking a gallon of water a day. You were feeling so good. You were eating the salad, you know, as I would have this fabulous salad at least once a day. That was my commitment to myself, to have this great, healthy meal. And I let up. What happened? when I went back and looked at it, I could pinpoint exactly what happened. Oh, my energy went elsewhere. And then I didn't have that to put into that. And so I sort of forgot. But that doesn't mean that I can't go back now that I'm not dealing with that and sort of pick it up again and remember that it wasn't a step backwards. It's just that in the moment I had to reallocate my energy. So remember to be gentle with yourself that way. There were probably other things that I thought of this morning. Finally, I was trying to go back to sleep around an hour ago. And I feel like super good, super high vibrational, and I just couldn't sleep. The energy was coursing through me. Those thoughts were coming in. Oh, and Earth, Wind, and Fire was playing in my head. The song Shining Star. You're a shining star, no matter who you are. Shining bright to see who you can truly be. Yeah. And it just kept playing in my head. Like, I thought, well, this is, because I did the whole meditation that I had suggested yesterday that came with the Baba Yaga card about the wild woman and integrating your wild woman and bringing her out. And she just really wanted to get up and dance. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. We're not going to get up and dance. But evidently we had to get up and make a video. So, so I just wanted to share that with you. 2 things. 1, I don't know. Just do the best you can. I don't know. I don't know why. Giving that up feels kind of good. The desire to know and understand and make things make sense. And the other one was about juggling. You know, don't blame yourself when something else is introduced into the mix and you drop all the balls. Duh. You've gotten used to juggling 3 or 4 really well, and now something new is introduced. It's going to take time to learn how to juggle that and integrate that in, or maybe you just needed to reallocate your energy, and that meant that some things got dropped for a little while. Well, what does a juggler do? Pick them up, start again. That's all. So since it's now 4 something, I'm going to go ahead and pull a goddess energy card, because this will be my video for the day. Something might come up, but yeah. Okay. Spirit, can we please wait. Too early. Dear Spirit of the universe, of love and light, please be with us in this time and space as we focus our collective intention on gaining wisdom and guidance for our journey toward healing and self-mastery. We ask for open hearts and minds to receive the messages that will serve our highest and best good. In the service of healthy love in all forms with deep gratitude. Thank you. So, Spirit, can we please have 1 Goddess Oracle card, Goddess Energy for the day. It's August 9th. Okay. Maya, illusion. I love the name Maya. Before my son was born, and I didn't know yet the sex of the baby, my chosen name was going to be Maya Elena. Yeah. Illusion. What is it about me? It's so hard to grasp. I dance the universal energy, always moving, always active. You can never see me, as I am veiled, And that veil is a byproduct of what I do, who I am. Go deeper. Don't get caught in the magnificence of my creativity. My creation is an illusion, behind which lies the knowledge that all matter is energy, and all energy is one. The Hindus and Buddhists of India worshipped Maya as the material universe, as mother of creation, weaver of the web of life, and as illusion. She is the virgin or maid part of the three-part Kali, the three aspects being virgin, mother, and crone. Maya is also worshipped in Nepal, Tibet, Asia, and the Himalayas. Her special attributes are intelligence, creativity, water, and magic. Here she is depicted lifting the veils of earthly form to reveal the true nature of the universe. Maya moves subtly into your life to tell you to face your illusion. It is time to see what is so, what is true, what is real. Are you caught in a particular situation and can't seem to move because it is hard to see clearly? Were you dazzled by what a certain reality seemed to offer you and now discover nothing there? Have you been listening to the words people speak rather than what's behind the words? Maya says it's easy to get caught up in illusion. Wholeness is nurtured when you accept where you are and forgive yourself. Become aware of the illusion and then consciously lift the veils to experience the reality. Seeing the reality behind the illusion is what brings you power. It's kind of cool. I think I have heard it said, and I think I even read yesterday in the message, or somewhere, the only thing that is real in the end is love. I think that goes back to trying to find reasons for everything. Why? We make up stories, don't we, to explain why, so that we can rest our conscious mind, we can rest our judgmental mind, say, yep, okay, have it figured out. For me, the truth is, yeah, I really don't. I really don't know. And that's okay. That's the truth. I really don't know. A lot of things are just a beautiful mystery that I don't need to figure out. If I stop asking why so much, I stop struggling. Yeah. Maybe there are some other messages there for you about veils and illusion. But that's what I'm thinking right now. For me, lifting that veil of needing to know, lifting the veil of thinking I know, lifting the veil that I can even know or I should know, understand, need clarity. I know we want clarity. The only thing we can really do is control ourselves and do our best. So if you're doing that, that's pretty good. Okay, and one healing card for today. Actually, it comes from The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beatty. Trusting God. Today, I will ask my higher power to send me his best, and I will trust that all is good will come to me. I will remember that sometimes we don't get what we want because God has something infinitely better in store for us. Yeah. Trust the universe, right? Trust that even if we don't understand, there's a bigger reason. There'll be clarity. Just not right now. Get comfortable in not knowing. Get comfortable in the humility of that. Let go. Let the river take you. Sometimes we don't get what we want because there's a bigger plan. That's kind of like trusting that even if we don't understand, we don't have the clarity, we don't know, yeah, it'll all work out. I was lucky as a little girl. My mom always told me, remember, Lara, things always work out in the end. And I did always and have to this day, and still do, have that faith. So, that's all for today. At 4 now, let's see, 4:44. How cool is that? Gotta stop this video right now. Have a wonderful day. Happy healing.